So I think a lot of RH haters are going to watch it because it is in the privacy of their own home. Nobody's going to catch them
Right.
doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So on to other bullish things. So we just found out last week that the documentary, The Highest of Stakes, is now live. It's been picked up by Apple TV. It is on, help me out, Amazon Prime, and then
Yep.
technically also, I think, Google Play, if that's a thing. I don't
Yep.
know.
Google Play,
Um,
Amazon Prime, and Apple TV.
Yep, and that's as of today. In most areas, I think the UK, I've been seeing people say that they don't have it, but I know America does, Australia does. I imagine pretty much everywhere else. I don't know what they
Yeah.
got against the UK.
So
Good.
also heard someone say that they were putting it out on YouTube television. Now YouTube TV has a streaming, where you can buy things as well.
Yeah.
Um, the one deal with the UK and some of the other countries, I know they were getting the workaround using the VPN. Hexo put his link out there for NordVPN. I think you get a free month if you get somebody's referral link. They get a free month, you get a free month. So, use somebody's link if you're going to get a VPN. Definitely help them out, help yourself
Yeah.
out. But you have to not only have a American um, location. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure you need either a phone number or your card has to be from the US as well. So, what these guys are doing is purchasing a gift card using the VPN, creating a address grabber or something like that, and random generated address, and buying a gift card, and then buying it that way. So there's a couple
Right.
workarounds for it. I purchased it on Amazon Prime. Watched it a little bit earlier before we were streaming. So it was good to watch again. It's nice to catch things that I didn't see in the theater. Um, Little things you pay attention to, each time. So it's definitely it was different this time too. I was not impressed when I saw it the first time.
Hmm.
As a already Richard Hart, when I saw it the first time,
Go ahead. Sorry,
you
I don't
got
know.
you got
Did you hear that? Yeah,
you
my
got an
bad.
echo still going.
Yeah, that
So
was that was me. I forgot I was gonna. Richard Hart just posted a tweet, and I was seeing what he was talking about. But go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, I
But
digress.
yeah, so either way, each time you watch it, you're probably going to catch something a little bit different. I
Yeah.
had seen someone else saying, I didn't realize how intense the music was the first time. So people are, like I said, they're just catching different things that every time you see a movie, usually you catch something different. And yeah, I watched it earlier again today. It's been since August, I guess, since I saw it. But yeah, I think it's doing well. It's currently, I think, number one on Apple TV.
Yeah, I did.
Uh,
I did corroborate that after you told me. Yeah, I
okay,
saw
okay.
some
I,
tweets about
I
it. Yeah, it was number one trending. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, if you buy it, you can watch it as many times as you want. It's like $15 to buy it. I think it's like $4.99 to rent it. So if you're gonna watch it more than three times, why not just buy it?
So according to you, Ewok, every time you watch it, you notice something a little bit different. You catch something different. It's kind of like the modern day, The Shining from Stanley Kubrick. It sounds like every
Sure.
time people watch it, you just find out, like, oh my god, the twins mean this, and if you go into this room, what did the old lady in the bathtub mean? Yeah. So yeah, there's
Well,
different things to decipher. Go ahead.
the big thing I noticed though, the first time I watched it, I thought, wow, this is like the RG3 show. But
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
tonight
people say that.
tonight when I watched it again, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like um I did the first time. I you know what I mean? I felt like
Yeah.
maybe he wasn't as involved as I thought he was, because every time it kind of was weird how when RG would make a point, then they would always go to Richard saying something, kind of thing. So I didn't feel that way this time. So yeah, I definitely recommend if you've seen it, watch it again, and maybe you'll catch something different and tell us, you know, in the next stream if you found something different or what you saw different. I'm very curious to hear.
Well, that is a common thing too, like with anything that people have a lot of anticipation for. And, obviously the people that went, if you were going to go physically see that film in theaters when it came out back in August, especially kind of the timing of things that were going on at that
Yeah.
time, you had a very high anticipation. So
Right.
frequently in life with anything like that we are so anticipated to see or get or experience or whatever, it doesn't live up to the anticipation just simply because nothing can. You've created an impossible task in your mind. And
Right.
then with a lot of those things, months, years down the road, you're like, holy shit, man, I really wrote that. Not that anybody wrote that documentary off, but I really wrote that off. And now that I'm listening to that album again or watching that film again or whatever, damn, it really is a classic. I do that with
Yeah.
South Park episodes sometimes. I'll see like South Park episodes from a few years ago, and I'm like, man, I was thinking that this was starting to get dull, and this is fucking hilarious. So, yeah, I think that's a natural thing too. And I think the setting too of like just being in your own home, you're not physically going to an event, and there's not other hexagons around you. You just
Right.
get to sit in the comfort of your own home and experience this thing. So yeah, I totally understand that. Let me ask you this on a more global question though. What do you think this does mean as far as maybe exposure of this ecosystem to more and more people, whether they be like no coiners or just people that kind of ignore or hate on RH in the ecosystem or in crypto? And then also could this eventually be on an even bigger platform like Netflix, which is still the largest streaming platform in the
Yeah.
world right now? What do you think about those two things?
So I think a lot of RH haters are going to watch it because it is in the privacy of their own home. Nobody's going to catch them
Right.
doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pretty good success. People are already tweeting to say, "Hey, this is number one on Apple TV, Netflix. Hey, what are you guys doing? You
Right.
know, you might want to pick this up."
Right.
So it's pretty cool. But yes, I think a lot of haters, a lot of RH haters are gonna watch it again because they aren't gonna get caught. And
Right.
you know, I think it's good. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot. It is not a puff piece. I said that
No.
before, I'll say it again. It's definitely, you're getting all the sides. You're getting the negative. You're getting the people that have a lot of doubt. You get Clay, who was from Nomics, who really had his own take on things, and yeah,
Mhm.
and seeing the other thing too was the transformation of Lamont Black, who
Yeah,
was
that's
the
what I was gonna
professor
say.
from DePaul. Um, Seeing him over the last couple months as he really dug into the whole thing has been pretty cool. He
Mhm.
was a very big skeptic, and I think maybe he is a little bit, but he understands it so much better. In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
he's taught his classes about it, and they do hex contests and things like that, and staking contests, and
They were doing
uh,
presentations on it. I saw, like, some picture of some kid with
yeah,
a presentation with Richard Hart on the
yeah.
billboard or on the, whatever the hell they call
Pretty
it,
cool,
projector.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just, it's kinda neat to see how all these things evolve from something like that. I saw one guy was like, "This is a big shit show. Nothing's gonna come of it." Well, you don't know that, man, and I think that I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good to reach out to people who normally may not have seen it. They'll
Yeah.
rent it. I think it's gonna be a success. I think it'll do well. It's not going to set records or anything like that, but it's definitely going to get the interest of the no coiner or the other coiners. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm looking
It's a
forward to
Tiger
seeing.
King thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
yeah,
Tiger King. We're not all being forced at home because of certain virus that's going around, but
right.
it's a Tiger King thing. And yeah, people will see it and watch it. And I definitely think that Bitcoin maxis and traders like the Don Alt accounts of the world, and these guys that are just always pontificating on Bitcoin as if there's nothing else and just trading the Bitcoin chart and in their spare time just shitting on different altcoins and they've got it right and you're all stupid and they definitely to fulfill their guilty pleasures, like you said, will watch it and then we'll probably take to Twitter and like shit on them even more and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but hey, that's
Yeah,
all good advertisement too.
yes, yeah.
So
I agree with you. Bob Lucas will watch it. You know, Bob Lucas is going to watch that movie.
I hope so.
No doubt about it.
We
Yeah, so
should
it'll
we
be
should
interesting to see.
tweet him out and let him know it's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to let Bobby know. But yeah, it will be interesting to see. And I mean, hey, it's the first day of it being on there. But hey, we've got the whole holiday season. We'll see what people think of it. I'm sure we're going to hear more and more pouring in. But I'm just glad it's here. I mean, there was, I don't know if there was real doubt, but I mean, once it debuted in theaters and it wasn't being picked up by some of the streaming platforms as early as people would have liked, there was some doubt as to like, will this thing ever get out there? Is it going to see the light of day? Whatever, because it is so well done. I mean, regardless
Yeah,
of what you think of
very well
the
done.
Pulse Chain ecosystem or Richard or anything, the movie is well done. I mean, not only the story they told, I think, but like, the way it's shot, everything is very well done. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we won't tell
exactly.
them. We won't tell them it's good advertising.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't tell them that. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see where else it does go, and definitely something good. When we're still mired somewhat in this, ending to bearish times in this market, even though
You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I still have not seen the whole thing.
Okay.
I've seen so many extended clips that I think by the time I see the feature film, it'll be like, oh, okay, I basically have seen it.
Yeah.
I've never considered it something that I really need to see.
Sure.
But I mean, as soon as I can, yeah, I will watch it, obviously. But it's entertainment. I mean, I will look at it purely as entertainment, basically.
Yep.
What does Johnny say here?
He said Kelly was an actual fraud investor and Lamont a blockchain professor, and now they're Hexicans, actual accredited opposition.
Yeah. How about that? The guy wears a suit, people. So,
he must be smart.
He must be smart. He teaches at a university. He teaches at a college university in 2023. He wears a suit. What else do we really need here? He definitely has got to be, from all the parts of it I've seen, the best part of that documentary. I mean, and like you said, Ewok, I mean, not caught obviously in that documentary is the last 3 months of his kind of illumination to this whole thing and to DeFi and understanding
the evolution of his understanding of the product was, it's been fun to watch on Twitter, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he experienced because so many people shit on Hex as a cult, and yeah, certainly there's people within it to shit on. I mean, that's just how groups of people are. There's going to be some pieces of shit, but it's cool that he has felt like so embraced, even while he was a skeptic. He really hasn't faced a lot of, if any, vitriol or hate from people. I mean, really just support from these.
No, and he says he's had a great time learning and interacting with the community. He said that earlier today. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I'm glad that he's on board now and talking about it so much, and just a cool guy to have along. So